Welcome back. It's your boy Laws in the building. Other side of sports. We got Aaron in the building. No D. It's Laws. We rocking out. You already know. Got a lot of stuff on tap today. It's been a busy day, though. It's a lot of action going on in the NBA. It's some NFL news already stirring up. Dog, dog, the games, is it this week or next week is the first preseason jump? You on mute, Aaron. You just gonna leave me hanging? We live, or you just gonna go to the bathroom or something while we recording, dog? Yeah, I think the Hall of Fame game, I want to say is the 7th, but I'm not sure. We're gonna figure that out though. We definitely gonna get into all of that. Hopefully my man, yeah, he having technical difficulties, but we rocking out anyway. We do have a question of the day. I'm gonna get into the question of the day, of course. I know people out there about to watch the Dipset and the Locks jump. I already know that's on tap. Many they've been talking about the jump. Bama's wearing and rocking the bandanas, the oversized bubble coats, the baggy jeans. You already know. Uh, who y'all think is the win? Who y'all think gonna win that jump? The Locks. The Locks got a lot of bangers, young. We ain't even going. I ain't gonna hold you. The Locks got bangers. Dipset definitely got bangers. I would say Dipset got more anthem bangers though. So, uh, but nonetheless, I think that versus is tonight. So I'm gonna be tuned in to see what's going on with that. We going later in the show. We gonna talk about the WNBA. But there's a new league out here called the WBPL, the Women's Basketball or Women's Professional Basketball League. I think it's WPBL. Uh, but they got a little interesting twist to their whole game. We gonna talk about a little bit later in the show. Uh, but while I'm waiting for Aaron to get himself situated, we gonna go ahead and clap it up for Tommy Shepard right now. We're gonna just clap it up for Tommy. Cause the moves that the Wizards are finally making is doing my heart glad, though. It's been forever and a day. And granted, I can't even necessarily stamp that it's gonna make us good, but I'm excited about this team. I like the pieces that are being put together with this roster. I wanted to see this in year one of Tommy Shepard's regime. It took a little bit of time to actually get to the place where we are currently right now as it stands, but I'm happy nonetheless. I like what the Wizards, you already seen the Wizards recap for the draft. I like what they did in the draft. I love this Spencer Dinwiddie move, which I I mean, this kind of came out of left field for me. And maybe because I got the trauma of the Wizards franchise for you know the course of my lifetime being some trash, that I don't really, my expectations are measured, to say the least. But I am excited about this team and the moves that are being made. I like Spencer Dinwiddie. I thought he was gonna really be the kicker for the Nets to take them over the hump. The injury was unfortunate for him to tear his ACL, and this is the second knee injury that he's had to deal with. Um, but knee injuries ain't the same like back in the day where Bama tear their knee and then they finish, dog. Like it's no coming back. So I'm pretty confident that he will come back and play at a high level. What that level will actually be, I'm not sure, but I mean, for losing Westbrook to the trade to the Lakers, to have question marks at what you're gonna do at point guard for your team, and then to go out and get a guy of this caliber and add him to the roster, I gotta applaud you, Tommy. I gotta applaud you, bro. This is the kind of moves we need. These are the kind of moves we need. You kind of shifted and changed over the roster in one off season. I think the Wizards got a pretty decent team, though. Uh, if you can get uh, an upgrade at Kyle Kuzma at the small, if he can play at a high level, I mean, we talking about a guy a year and a half ago. If we would have said we trying to trade for him, Bama's would have been like, "Oh no, young Coop, you oh no, forget that. We not giving up Kuzma. You could just forget that, dog. He a cooker, young. You know, I'm telling you that Bama's would have been sicing him heavy. We not even going to hold you and try front like people wasn't on Kuzma heavy, dog. Talking about he a cooker and a monster. What a difference a year makes, cause last year the Bama played like some pork and beans, trash, and just inconsistent. He had some games he show up and then he'll disappear for five. So, he was Casper the Ghost for a couple games and come back. But nonetheless, if you can get him to play at a higher level, it's a new city. Expectations are a lot different here. You can get 18 and 6 out of him. I think I'm happy with 18 and 6 if you can get 18 and 6 out of this guy. I think when you look at his skill set, he could potentially, I'm talking about ceiling here, he could give you a little bit of Jason Tatum, dog. He got a Jason Tatum skill set and game. Maybe not as explosive as Jason Tatum is, but like the game could be categorized similarly. So if you could get him to playing at a higher clip, uh, you know, I think that's a blessing. That's a blessing if you can get that. You get Spencer Dinwiddie in here. You get Corey Kispert to be a shooter from the outside, a deadly shooter from the outside. Bradley Beal is your main scorer to go get you 27, 28 a night. You can get 12, and then sometimes Corey can just get hot. And you get Daniel Gafford, who played well in the absence of Thomas Bryant, who I don't, Aaron, he would agree. He not a true center. Daniel Gafford is, dog. He showed, the ability to rim protect. He showed, grittiness down in the paint. He was able to score. The Bama, a rim rocker. Like, the dude can play. If you can get 12 and 12 out of him, I think you got a good Wizards team. I think you could make some noise in the East. Now, all the pieces got to come together. Again, I'm not saying these Bama's going to win the chip or anything, but I think that if you get the best out of this roster, you looking at a 7, 6 seed, which I would have probably put them in the same vein, even with Westbrook here. This way, though, you have a little bit of flexibility with your roster. You could probably add some pieces. It's going to be interesting to see what Wes Unseld Jr. does with this roster. But I like it, though. I like it. This is the stuff that get me watching, dog. Now, you already know halfway during the season I'm going to be kirking. But I like that roster, dog. I love that roster. I know that Spencer Dinwiddie Jones is not stamped on mothers yet, but hopefully by the time we recording again, this Jones is official. Hopefully. I mean, I all indications point to the fact that it's gonna be official. That's what I'm sensing. That it's gonna be official. So we gonna see what happens with the Wizards, uh, and what how that transpires. But just on the outside looking in, Tommy, bro, you this is what I wanted to see from you from the beginning, dog. I was slandering because you told me lies, dog. You had me, you treated me like I was on Sesame Street and you was trying to walk me down the path. But now I see, dog, that you got a little bit of vision and see what's going on. So hopefully they can put it together. You still got, Thomas Bryant's coming off the knee. You still got Aaron, your man, the three ball shooter. What's his name? Yeah, I can't even think of the Bama name right now.
Berton.
Bertans, you still got Bertans. He, he can fill up the basket. So you got some pieces there, dog. You lost Lopez, which I didn't really care. You lost what's the other Lynn, Alex Lynn. Both of them Bama's were scrubs. They were just giving you work hard minutes at the end of the game. So like you got Gafford, Brian. You might bring in another big, somebody young. Well, you got the dude you drafted Isaiah Todd, which I think has a lot of upside. Can score the basketball. I like the roster, dog. I like the roster. Um, Before we get into some of the other NBA free agents, and of course, Aaron, I'm gonna come back to you and let you chime in, get your 2 cents on the Wizards and some of the moves that they're making. Let's go to this question of the day. Question of the day comes in. Hold on, man. Every time I do this, man, every time. Oh, let me see this here. Let's get it up right here. All right. Question of the day comes in. It says, my wife of 11 months is a high earner, making 210K a year. And I have been unemployed since December since I got burnt out from a similar high paying job. Since May, I have been studying for the bar exam, a license exam for lawyers that requires about 600 hours of studying time, full time studying. I took the exam last week and I'm completely exhausted now. Today, she called me a spoiled parasite and a moocher. She wants me to become a Lyft driver or a fast food worker tomorrow, so long as I pay half of the mortgage and not be a bum. Yes, I receive a small income from a trust. And yes, I game long hours. However, I keep our entire house spotlessly clean, pay for eating out, half the groceries, half the utilities, and our luxury car payment. And the luxury car payment. She has a company car. Our emergency savings fund is just over 2 years, and our mortgage is 3,000 a month. I think she's being unreasonable given that our expenses are small compared to her income alone. I also used to be a high earner like her, but I got burnt out and figuring out what I want to do with my life. I told her I do the other stuff above besides playing video games, but she doesn't value them. What else can I say to her? She says she's not attracted to me right now because I'm not a partner. High income spouse calls me a moocher for being unemployed several months. However, our expenses are low and I need time to make my next move after just taking the bar exam. What should I do? Aaron?
It sounds like he married the wrong woman to me. Unless it's about something other than the actual job, like playing games for long hours or something else, that just doesn't sound like a healthy way to go about um, trying to have that conversation at all. Because if the roles were reversed and if it was a man saying that to a woman, they'd be calling them toxic and all this other kind of stuff. So she just sounds super toxic to me.
Damn, dog. It's unfortunate. I'm getting echo. Hold on. Yeah, it's unfortunate that he's in this situation because, like, you would expect you marry somebody they supposed to hold you down, especially in times where it's not like the Bama's a dirty rat bum dog. Like he just sit on the couch all day and play video. The Bama's taking his bar exam. He's at least pursuing some uh some type of career. He is trying to figure it out, but I just
Taking care of the house like women been doing for centuries. So when they do it, it's hard work. But when he does it, he should be working anyway. Is that how that works? It's a full time job when they do it, but when a dude do it, what's the difference? Somebody help me. I'm a little bit slow.
I don't I don't have an answer though. I think for him, he just I mean, what is he supposed to do? I dog, you gotta just put your foot down. I mean, at this point, she can act crazy and act funny, but you just gotta let her know, like, look, you can leave me if you want to. Like, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm not doing anything. Or maybe you use that analogy, Aaron. Maybe you flip the script and just say that and just see how sometimes you gotta show them an example of something and like kind of walk her into that logical
So,
bear trap.
things. One, they're not struggling. So, like, what's the point of making the amount of money that she makes if it's not to take care of home? And you can take care of home. Y'all not struggling. Y'all not about to live under the bridge. I don't understand what the issue is with the spouse not working for 2, 3 months. Like, what's the point of being successful and earning a lot of money if it's not to be able to take care of your family? And this is where it comes into play again when we say men and women are different. Like people keep trying to act like they're exactly the same. Men and women are just different. They're just wired differently. Because she probably feel oppressed that she has to go to work and pay the bills, and there's somebody mooching in her house, a parasite that's not paying the bills, even though the house is supposedly spotless and stuff is getting paid for. It just to get up and go to work and have somebody not getting up and going to work, she feels oppressed. It's just the joint is just wild, like it's super wild to me. And it also says that this Bama hasn't been leading in the house from the jump. Because even if your woman feels that way, she shouldn't feel comfortable enough to say that and just have it be okay. So she run the house, her mother and her sisters run your house, all that other stuff is going on, but you're not the man of your house. Clearly, because
Now
you're not
she
paying
running
bills
it. She
either.
running it even more.
Yeah.
She running it even more now because she the breadwinner.
He got to raise his hand when they talk. He got to ask, can I drink this? Like a little kid, dog. Tiptoeing around his own house. Get enough of
Tiptoeing to get Jordans, dog, in your own house. It's ridiculous. Um, yeah, on to some sports. We talked about the Wizards, dog. I couldn't hold it back, dog. I was trying to chill, but I'm so excited. I'm so psyched. Spencer Dinwiddie, what you think about the move?
First of all, we got to make sure all the gobblers tuned in. The swallowers who usually get upset when we don't swallow every move they make and say all we say is negativity. We got some positive stuff to say about it. Was y'all listening? You got them lined up. You hit them in the DMs, Harold. All the Bama's that be on your IG.
You already know.
No, I mean I like everything they've done so far, and for the first time, I feel like they have a direction, like a vision, a plan. Where it seems like they're kind of like always disjointed, just trying to throw things together to make it through one season without a long term plan. And I like the first of all the draft, the Bama's they got in the draft. I think this is the best moves they made since they got Gil on the team. What year was that? Like '03, something way back then. I think this is the best all season these Bama's have had since they brought Gil to the team. But I like all of the rookies. I think it's a good mix and complement to what they already have on the squad. And I think if things play out the way that I anticipate, maybe they'll be good enough to possibly talk Bill into getting an extension.
Dog, if they can talk Bill into an extension, I mean, this is a move to kind of get him in that direction, though. This is you picking up Corey Kispert in the draft, Isaiah Todd in the draft. I think just it bodes well for them, dog.
They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be a better team than they were last year with the superstar. So it's going to be interesting to see how people relate to what's going to happen this season versus last season. I'm just curious to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, dog. I think this is the best I felt about the team in a long time, dog. I can't remember a roster that the Wizards assembled. Maybe the Wall and Bill the second year, Joe, when they had a chance. I felt really good about that roster. But I feel like the roster now that they have is more comprehensive. It's more like it's more conducive to the type of basketball you want to play. You have one guy who's the guy, and you have complementary guys who can fill it up too. And it can interchange who night it is, but you really got Bill, Spencer, that's your 1-2. Then you got the filling guys like Corey Kisper. You need Gafford to just kind of do his job down in the paint. You need Rui to kind of just help you out. Um, but I like how the roster is coming being constructed though.
And I think the most exciting thing is the way that it looks like the team is built. You'll get to see young guys get more minutes and develop just from the outside looking in, because you can't guarantee that this is going to be the coach's first year with this squad. But it seems like it's a more conducive fit to letting the young guys at their positions get burned and develop.
Dog, yeah, it's a young squad with talent. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Uh, did you hear what Talionis had to say about Westbrook leaving? He said on Thursday the Capitals held a news conference announcing the deal, and shortly after that, Leonsis was pulled into talks regarding the NBA's Washington Wizards as a team he also owns. We had a superstar player with the Wizards. He had an opportunity and wanted to be traded to the Lakers, Leonsis said, and I was dealing with that as we were announcing Alex, meaning Alex Ovechkin. I couldn't help but reflect on what a difference it is. Here's a player in Russell Westbrook, played in OKC, wanted to be traded, went to Houston, wanted to be traded, came to DC, wanted to be traded, and now is in LA. He's an unbelievable great person and an unbelievable great player. But that's the difference between the NBA and the NHL, I suppose. Oh, is Ted Leonsis out of touch?
He's white. He's white. That's you need you say anymore? That's how they think when it relates to the NBA and those kind of players versus the NHL and those kind of players.
Dog, who wants to be? Listen, if we're trash, if we're like, what reason or rationale would it be for Russell Westbrook to want to stay here? Towards the end of his career, is he going to win a championship? Like most players are looking to win championships. I mean, you look at Alex Ovechkin. I mean, he was here. He came into a bad situation, but the Bama was all world elite, and he actually shifted the culture here.
And he was
Him and
drafted here as well.
that too. Yeah, I just don't know why I make this comment because the jump makes you look stupid, and I know you're not stupid, Ted.
He's stupid when it comes to owning the Wizards, because it's a trade they never should have made in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you were trying to get that contract that John Wall had off the books. Um, yeah, and you were able to figure that out, Tommy. So I applaud you.
Does he watch NBA basketball? Does he not see the climate of what goes on around the league? It's not just the Wizards. So like when you make this comp, he it seems like he's out of touch with the team that he actually owns. Like it's not like Giannis having a chance to win a chip every year and trying to talk him into staying. Why would he stay here and be a bum with the rest of the bums? It makes no sense.
Yeah,
So sell the NBA team since you like it so much better over there. Because I think he's a worse owner for basketball than Dan is for the football team. Sell the team. Give Bezos the team. And then you won't have to deal with the way these players are and what a difference it is.
yeah. The Bama's out of touch, dog. He's clearly out of touch. He doesn't. I mean, even in making this comment, just substantiates how out of touch he is with the climate of the NBA and just how it works. I mean, it seems like Tommy has the keys to the roster now. Maybe with the Scott Brooks leaving, it kind of got relinquished, and now Tommy can kind of put his imprint on the team. Maybe he just had to wait that probation period before he had the sauce to be able to mix the team up. But now that we here, dog, I mean, it's crazy because the team's success, which I believe that they're heading in that direction, you know, he'll get credit for it indirectly when this Bama doesn't have a clue right now, though. Even to make that comment, it's not the same. It's not the same. So, yeah.
You can't get anybody to name 5 players in the NHL. Just 5 players.
No, I can name five.
I'll wait. That's not on the caps either. Name 5 other players in the NHL.
All right. Crosby. Uh
No Google machine. You gotta look up.
oh uh what's the Batman name? Obi.
He ain't in the league
Uh
no more.
yeah, he's still in.
Who? The goalie that they used to have?
Yeah, the goalie they had. That Batman, he played with a team. He on the team cooking too. Uh who else, young? Yeah, I'm slumming. Hey, young, where Bending Nose best at, dog? Hey, Dan, you gotta help me, bro.
You made it to 2 players. Like stop.
Yo, I made it to two, dog. Oh man. Uh more free agency moves is happening. Uh more free agency moves is happening. We got the Lakers, they tooling up. Does the Carmelo jump? Does that mean anything? Or is that just friends? We just one last ride type jump?
Nah, he can shoot the rock, and they seem like they sorely missed shooting in the playoffs last year. So I think it's a good move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah, you add Carmelo. I mean, we'll see how much is left in the tank. But you see, they just LeBron like, dog, we gonna get all the help we can get, dog. We not going into the season short-handed like we was last year, trying to pick up scrap pieces at the end of the year just to make it through. We gonna get Bama's we want and try to really make a push. Cause he coming down to the end of the road, dog. Old boys, the men type Bama. He just it's almost over, dog. It's almost over. Other free agent moves. Jimmy Butler got that bag. Steph Curry got the bag. Trey Young got the bag. I mean, we knew there was. Dog, what's up with that Miami roster, dog? They trying to go for a chip. They got Oladipo on their roster. They picked up Kyle Lowry on their roster. I think they paid Duncan Robinson. They gave him too much bread, but still, they got what's the Bam name? The center that played for him out
Bam,
of Bayou. Yeah, Bam. By any means, they picked him up.
Bamonte.
Yeah, Bamonte. Yeah, so they got a little squad.
You
They
don't
got a
expect him to
squad.
make another move at guard to try to get one of them out of there and get another piece, maybe a small forward or a big.
They got PJ Tucker. Now I like Achua, dog. They backup like power forward dude. Yeah, I like Achua, dog. He's solid. I think, you know, he going. I think their roster is phenomenal. They still got Tyler Hero.
You think there are enough minutes though at the guard position for it not to be a mutiny by the end of the season?
Where's the mutiny going to happen? With
You got
who?
you got Hero, you got Lowry, you got Oladipo. You
Hmm.
still got is Dragic still there?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah. If they got Draj is still there.
So I think all of them are guards who feel like they're starters. So I like how do you take 2 starters and have them coming off the bench, which pushes your top bench players further down the bench. I just I mean, I don't know.
Well, you paid Lowry, so he's starting. We're gonna just go ahead and cut out all the funny business. If Goran Dragic was your guy, he's not the guy anymore. He gotta if he wants to go, then you make it you help him beeline out of there, dog. Cause I mean that's why you bring Kyle Lowry in.
Is
So
Oladipo? I mean, is Lowry better than Oladipo?
so
This where it get
better,
weird, though.
so better to me is a little like tricky. That's a tricky word for me because I think some of the things that Kyle Lowry brings to the table, Oladipo doesn't bring to the table. And I think there's some things that Oladipo potentially brings to the table that I don't think Kyle Lowry brings to the table. But if I had to say who's more valuable to that team as far as an acquisition, I think it's Kyle Lowry. Even though, if you just asking me, I hate his game, though. I think, dog, Kyle Lowry is one of them Bammers that you be like, this Bama's sorry, but he just cooks. Like if you saw him in the gym, you'd be like, dog, this Bama's some trash.
Well, how this
But
little chubby dude getting buckets? Y'all, somebody
he
play
get
defense.
he get buckets, dog. He get and he got a chip. He played with a chip. And so, I think for that team with Butler, automatic like if it was just Oladipo and there was no Kyle Lowry and you brought Oladipo to play with Butler, like Butler and Oladipo might get the wrecking because he gonna be like, dog, that soft cookie though. We ain't in Indiana, dog. Don't bring that soft. Like that's how Jimmy Butler go. Kyle Lowry going to dish it out. He going to give it right back to Jimmy Butler because he got that mentality, and he'll be able to like supplement and help where maybe Oladipo or some of these other guys may be in this little soft mentality mind frame. So I like the pickup, dog. I think to me personally, I know a lot of people probably won't agree with this statement, but I think this puts them as the one in the East. Now, you always got chemistry and high irons out and stuff like that. But when you talk about just like their roster setup, I think their roster is set up for success, dog.
Didn't
I
another
think
team
it's
in the
set up
East
for
just win the
success.
chip? You write Milwaukee off already?
So this is the thing. To me, so yeah, dog. I when you win, I just don't feel like Bama's had the same chip when they finally get to the top of the mountain. Bama's want to sit down on top of the mountain and chill and watch the sunset. And it's a Bama coming up that jump to knock you off there. So I just don't think I think that they'll actually won't have the same gotta win it mentality again next year. Of course, Brooklyn gonna retool and try to get back in it. It's some other teams. We could talk about the Bulls and how they picked up Lonzo and they added DeMar DeRozan to the roster to match with Zach Levine. Uh, to me, that's more of a roll of the dice type of situation. I don't. We'll see how it pans out. Um, but that's one of those situations you're like, let's get these superstars here, or let's get these elevated star players here to try to like help our superstar that we have and try to win games. I mean, that I guess that's a formula that people think works in the NBA. But we gonna see. We gonna see. Um, what other free agents signings we had over here? We had Steph Curry got the bag, shot Gilsgy. I can never pronounce the Bama. Alexander. Shy Gilsley Alexander gets the extension 172. Chris Paul going back to the Suns. Did he go back to the Suns because they was giving out the bag? Is that the reason?
I mean, I thought he fit in really well there for the most part
Hmm.
until the choke towards the end.
Yeah.
And I think he helped develop a lot of the young guys they had on that roster. Because I think they're about 2 years ahead of schedule where everybody expected.
Hmm.
So I think he definitely fit in there. And they paid him 40 mil a year and gave his mama 4 years. You would have
Yeah.
took that too.
Cleveland gave Jared Allen 5 years, 100 mil. Like we said, Kyle Lowry went to the Heat 3 years, 90, which
Good
is a good
God.
number to get him too.
30
Good.
piece? Sheesh.
I mean, NBA got that bread. Plus, you in Miami too, dog. Who wouldn't want to be in Miami? Duncan Robinson, they gave him the bag. Norman Powell, Trailblazers went ahead and paid him. We talk about Lonzo to Chicago, Evan Fournier to the Knicks. I think that helps the Knicks. Definitely helps the Knicks. Give them a perimeter score. The match with some of the other guys they got. They re-signed Derrick Rose. They signed Nerlens Noel. They got their roster back, though. Reggie Bullock, like Alex Burke, like they just re-signed their whole roster essentially. These are all the notable acquisitions for the league. Gary Trent going back to the Raptors. Mike Conley stays with the Jazz. Tim Hardaway to Dallas. Will Barton stays with Denver. We talked about PJ Tucker going to the Heat to help them. That gives them an enforcer to help their roster. Bobby Porter stays with Milwaukee. Um, Alex Lynn to Sacramento. Who cares? JaVale McGee to the Phoenix Suns, which I think is a good move for him. Uh, and then the rest of it, I mean, outside of Carmelo, Blake Griffin goes back to Brooklyn. Dwight Howard goes to the front runner Lakers to try to help them. Malik Monk is an interesting one for the Lakers too. Like I feel like that's a young piece that they trying to like bring onto their roster to kind of help them get where they trying to get to. And then Devontae Graham goes to the Pelicans. But so that's free agency in a nutshell. Only John I care about is this man right here, though. Let's go. Let's go. How excited you are for this team, dog. Finally. Finally.
Yeah, they. I think they're finally gonna be watchable this year. I think
Finally,
we
dog.
looking at a top four seed,
Ooh. You going like that, Slim?
top four seed.
That's advantageous. That's advantageous. On to some football. Dog, this is Rona going around this junk, dog. Kirk Cousins, dog. Bama slandered COVID, said the junk was fake and everything. Now this Bama,
Tax them, tax them.
dog, and Mike Zimmer's not happy, dog,
He
because
already
the
don't like
whole
this dude.
the whole quarterback room on ice right now. So they can't really do real, true offensive installments.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that the quarterback room is going to be the trumpiest room in the whole locker room. So of course you probably gonna have what I mean, 2-3 bands. It's like I ain't taking the vaccine. It's fake news. All that other stuff. So you know the drill.
Oh yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. I don't even know what are they doing with the so if you got the vaccine and you get COVID, you got to be away from the team for how long? Is it cuz I know right now it's like 10 days for unvaccinated players, or is it the same all across the board?
I would think it would be the same.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know how they playing the COVID situation in the NFL right now. I'm not sure how they going to manage that. Uh Dog, Joe Judge got Bama's running suicide, got grown men running suicides. Bama's is fighting on the field, all types of stuff. The Bama's losing control of the team. Is he about to lose the locker room already?
I think it's super early, but you're not Belichick. It's the same kind of thing. Uh, Conversation we were having around Josh McDaniels when he ended up getting control of a team. Just because you come from Belichick doesn't mean you can do what Belichick does. You don't have that winning pedigree. You don't have that level of respect. So when you got guys out here making $15-20 million a year, and guys who come from a different generation than what they came from, and you doing all this yelling and cussing and thinking you're gonna talk to people like they slaves in a plantation, you'll lose a locker room fast, especially if you don't win. So, like they say, winning cures everything. But if they get out the gate and they start out one and
0-3.
four, you know what I mean? Then it's gonna start.
All
You gonna
that
start.
Kirk can fall on deaf ears, dog. If you ain't, yeah.
It's too
No, I
early.
just
It's too early for that. It's too early because you get excited. You coming back. You know what I mean? After the off season, and this is already the first week, and he want to play these swing your nuts games.
yeah, these tyrants.
It's too early.
I'm
It's
in
too early.
charge.
It's
Do what
too
I
early.
say. It's too early. Yeah. And granted, I understand the level of pressure that it is to be an NFL head coach. You want to like come out and you want to make sure that you got a lot of stuff that you're trying to install and you're trying to go through, trying to make sure that you're prepared because it's a long, grueling season. And especially if you had to deal with like, you know, just like dog, it sucks to lose, At any level, it sucks to lose. And so you probably got in your mind like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And then Bama's is just, you know, enjoying life. This not the way to get him back on board, though, dog.
It's not.
Kirking and making Bama's run the whole field. First of all, I'm surprised because I didn't hear no report of like nobody just bucking the system. Like I think Kenny Galladay's out right now too, injury, but nobody ain't bucked the system. Like as far as I'm aware.
Because it's a lot of you got to keep in mind in the NFL. If you don't make it to week one, a lot of people's salaries won't be guaranteed. Once they get that guaranteed, because week one has started, it would have been a whole different playout. A whole different playout.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. Um, over at uh the Carolina Panthers camp, JT eBay laid a hit.
Gotta catch that.
Gotta catch that.
Dog, so he hit him. I don't know if you can see from the video. Um, hit Keith Kirkwood. Like it's like he dipped his shoulder into him as he was like falling back, and my man had to go to the hospital and everything, dog. And so the Panthers cut him. They cut him from the roster. Do you agree with that move? Should they have cut him?
I mean, if he a bum and he out here risking player safety, I can't think of a better way to make an example to the team. It's a lot better than yelling and screaming and making everybody run suicide.
It's a lot better, though. If Bama's is fighting and they just low level scrub type Bama's, just send one home, dog. The message of a Bama not in the meeting room the next day is the message. This is the greatest message you can send, dog. You ain't got the rah, you ain't got the yell. Bama's going to do the talking for like, oh, young, they sent such and such home. Dog. Hey, young, don't talk to me, dog. I got to focus. You already know. You already know. So, yeah, nah, that junk crazy, dog. Any other NFL news, dog, right off the top?
Your Washington football team got the lowest vaccination rate out of all of the league.
Let's go. Apparently Bama's trying to keep Ron Rivera alive. I think
No. The lowest vaccination rate out of all the teams, meaning the worst.
What?
The worst.
Why Bama's not getting vaccinated, dog?
Fake news.
On the team, though, we in DC. We not in Louisiana.
They don't live here. Half the team from Alabama. That's the first half. The whole defense from Alabama.
Oh, this don't make no sense to me, bro.
Everybody don't see the world the way we see it, dog.
Protect your coach, dog. Protect your coach. That Bama had cancer last year, dog. What did you...
But this is what happens when you have your president sitting up there acting like it's not real, it's not a big deal. A lot of people believe and follow that side of the, I don't want to call it logic, but that side of thinking.
Yeah, nah.
So you can't bring football up and all of a sudden magically want to snap your fingers and want Bama's to stick to science and logic, because that's not how the world works.
Yeah, nah, dog.
You think Del Rio got the vaccine? Mr. MAGA himself?
Mm-mm. You heard about Joe Bosa's youngin was out here using the N-word on Twitter and they had to delete her whole account.
You surprised?
I'm not, dog. I'm not.
You knew Bosa was racist.
Though,
you knew Bosa was racist, so I'm not surprised. It's the kind of youngin he running
surprised.
around with.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised. Dog. So I was, internet, you gonna find stuff. Somebody sent me the WBPL video for the Women's Professional Basketball League. I'm about to show you the video, though, so you can see. Yeah, you reading that right?
Oh, Glassman Recreation Center.
They out.
They've been saying it for years, though.
Hey, dog. They trying to get sponsorship now, dog.
She ain't bad looking.
They trying to get on the map.
This look lower than 9 feet. This like 7.5.
That joke definitely
That's 7.5.
Dog, when I saw the joke, I said, they had
yeah, she almost tall as a basket.
Yeah, they had to put that joke on the ground, dog, so they could get up there.
I'd rather watch that than some of this other stuff.
Dog, can the WNBA take a page out of their book?
Of course, but the egos, they're not gonna do it.
See, the thing is, they had to lower that jump low. That joke low, dog. That joke, I
But
might hit my head on the rim on
but
that
that's
joke.
the Beltway League version of the women's joint. It's some athletic, nice, tall women in the WNBA. If they lowered the joint from 10 to 9 feet, dog, it would make a world of difference. A world of difference.
What percentage you think would be dunking off the 9 foot jump?
It's a lot of short joints in there too. There's some
It's a
five
lot of
five.
short. Yeah,
But
it's a
I'll
lot of.
say how many dunks per game. So let's say it's like maybe one dunk
It's
every
one
three,
one
four
dunk every
games.
3 4 games. Yeah. How,
It
how
will go to 10 dunks a game.
10 a game? 10?
Dog, not a whole foot. Imagine if they lowered the rim a foot, what your dunks would look like compared to the ones you actually did.
Yeah, you right, dog. You
It
right.
would look like
One
NBA
time, one
Jam out
time,
there.
one time we was in the gym and we was playing like pick up full court. I don't know if you've ever done this, but they like lowered the rims in a full court like pickup jump. Dog, Bams was dunking everything, dog.
Cherry picking. You already know how that
Heard,
game
yeah,
went.
you already know. And then guess what? When Babs was coming, you got out the way, dog, because you already know Babs. And you might get caught. Like if you just under the rim waiting for a rebound, Bama might just throw a oop and just slam on the back of your neck, dog. So it might change a lot, though. 10, I don't know if we get 10 dunks though in a game. You might get like 5.
That's enough.
That is enough. That
The
is
threat of a dunk is enough. Like, to be honest, the Wizards don't dunk a whole lot. We ain't had a Bama on the court that really will go
Gafford
up.
be dunking, dog. Gafford be dunking.
No, I give you that. But, like, we talking about, like, shooting guards, small forwards,
Okay,
the
yeah,
exciting dunks.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we ain't had a Bama that will go up and dunk on somebody since, what, like Stackhouse, maybe? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute, though.
It's been a minute. So, like, just the threat of knowing, like, I'm coming to the cup. If you try to challenge the shot, you might get it put
watch
on your head. Like,
yeah.
that's just a part of the game that people find exciting.
Oh, yeah. I'm with it, dog. I'm with it. And make it happen. Make it
Try it.
happen.
It doesn't hurt to try. You could do a preseason like they do in the NFL where they test certain rules before they implement them. Like, we're going to lower the rim 9.5 feet. You ain't got to go all the way to 9. Go 9.5. And just see what it looks like. See how much it affects the shot. See
Do
how
it
many
in the
more
summer
dunks you
league.
get.
Just do a little summer league pickup, Joe, and just kind of do a little case study in the summer and then just roll it out. Come next season.
And you'll also start to see the women evolve physically. Not in like trying to be funny type joint, but it's the same way like with watching. It just took longer for the NBA and other male sports where you saw the way players' bodies looked back then and what they were able to do versus now. If you start having women playing with the expectation that dunking is a part of the repertoire, you're going to see women start to work on their legs. Like it's the same way with the 3-point shot. You know what I mean? Like as you have these things added to the game, these different elements, you'll have people who will specialize and work on these areas of the game. What's that on the logo, the front of the drink? Is that a...
Oh, it's just a shirt. I don't know.
No, it's like, what's that hum?
Oh,
what is that? What is that?
Dog, that's their logo, dog. I don't know what. Listen, they had an 8-year-old kid draw that logo. I don't know, bro. I don't
Is that
know
a hernia? Like, what is that, though?
I'm guessing that's just her shirt, dog, untucked or something. I don't. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, somebody need to Photoshop that on out of there.
They need to go ahead and do that jump, dog. I'm surprised they didn't catch that jump. That's
I like the
their logo.
idea, though.
Yeah, young Shaq attack, dog. Make it happen. Yeah, man. Dog, I'm excited. I was asking you before you was having a technical difficulty. Dog, when the first preseason jump? It's not this week.
Thursday. The
It's
Hall of
this
Fame game Thursday. Yeah. We in the building.
Dog, Dak not playing apparently, dog. Is that Bama? Is he gonna play by week 1?
Yeah,
They
he'll
say
play
they're
by
not
week one.
rushing. Dog, whenever you kind of holding your quarterback out, like, well, let's say this first. Is preseason necessary?
I wouldn't have my quarterback playing preseason anyway. Especially if he's nice. He can figure it out in a week or two. You know what I mean? You can still win games with your quarterback at 85% until he gets in a rhythm. So I'm not letting Alabama touch the field at all.
Okay.
Especially coming off that injury he came off of.
Is that everybody on the starting roster, or that's just your quarterback?
All starters. Until we run out of people to play.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I just had to challenge it, but I'm right there with you. I'm not playing. First of all, when we come out the first week and you see our squad, it's all gonna be brand new, dog. You're not gonna have no. You gonna have to watch film from last year, and it's gonna be a whole different situation. So, I mean, you just don't want to risk it, dog. The game is already volatile, and it's just so much that could happen. You could twist the ankle, Bama could tear Achilles, Bama could get knee rolled up. Bama's just trying to earn. You saw in the practice of the hit, Bama's just trying to get spots on the team, so they gonna do whatever to try to stand out. It just ain't worth it, dog. It just ain't worth it. So I'm keeping my man out for sure, for sure. Carson Wentz, that Bama hurt, dog. He needs surgery on the foot.
They say that injury's from a high school injury he had. That they just going in and removing, I guess, the bone spur from his foot.
You believe that?
I mean, I don't have a reason not to believe the Drake, but
Dog, they doing medicals evaluations on Bama's, dog. You mean to tell me they ain't see the Bama foot during his
you know it doesn't flare up until you start playing. So I'm assuming, and they did the same thing with Nelson, Quentin Nelson. He
Yeah,
had the
he's
exact
out.
same injury. They just going in and removing the bone spurs. I guess they want to say they don't want to have any hiccups during the regular season. Go ahead and get it taken care of, and then they said 5 to 12 weeks. So I don't know if he's going to be on the longer or shorter end of that, but we'll see. Who's the backup? Do they still have my boy from the Patriots,
Nah, I don't think so,
Jacoby
dog.
Brissett? He gone.
Brissett. I don't think so, dog. I think they might. I can find out. Uh nah, he with the Dolphins.
Oh,
Yeah, he with the Dolphins. So they short.
who is that backup?
For the Colts backup.
Brian Hoyer? Nah, can't be.
Yeah, it's Hoyer, dog. That's
Oh,
it.
they get what they deserve then. Yeah.
Jacob Eason.
That's the rookie Bama with the gun from last year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this what
Yeah,
happens
Jacob.
when you keep signing Hoyer to these contracts. That's what they deserve. He shouldn't even be in
Dog.
the league.
Yeah, dog. So I mean, season starts. Hall of Fame. It's Dallas versus who for the Hall of Fame game?
No clue.
Let me see what this Hall of Fame game talking about, dog. We about to get dog. Dog? We better get the. I gotta get the spreadsheets back out, dog. I done put the pack them jumps away in storage. The spreadsheets for the game picks, dog. What we putting it on it this year, dog? We at 50. We going to 100.
Oh, I ain't take the picture of the Mastros either.
Oh yeah, dog. You gotta show how you won, dog. You looked it up. My phone I ain't
Is
got
it
service.
Pittsburgh? Let me see.
Hall of Fame game. Oh, yeah. Name started for Hall of Fame. Now you will play
Yeah,
off.
Steelers and Cowboys.
Yeah, still in the Cowboys, dog. Say, what Dwayne gonna do out there? What Haskins gonna do?
Nothing. He ain't gonna see the field.
Nah, he gonna play, dog.
Oh, you mean in the Hall of Fame game? I thought you meant for
Yeah,
the season.
in the Hall of Fame jump. Ben Roethlisberger can't stay healthy, dog. So I'm sure he
Cause
might
he
get a
fat,
chance.
dog. This Batman has nobody says anything about this nigga never being in shape. Ever.
He not in shape, dog.
Ever. Stomach stays sticking out. You in the
He
league,
fell
got
off.
one job.
Yeah, he fell off for sure, dog. He fell off for sure. Dog, we here. We here, bro. The
It's
season is here.
genius. It was genius to move the NBA season to the timing that they did because it ends, it gives you about 2 weeks and then football here. It's perfect, dog. It
Dog,
should
it's
have been
here.
this way.
Should have been this way. Now they about to move it back to the old way, dog. Bama's about to start back up in October.
They stupid. They stupid. You own the summer.
You own the summer. But yeah, I don't know, dog.
Start on Christmas and let it be what it is, dog.
Start on Christmas and let it go to now.
Adam Silver usually
Jonas,
gets it right. Though somebody need to get in his ear. It must be some glaring numbers discrepancies that they're looking at where they like, dog, we got to go
yeah.
back.
It's probably just the projections, like that they just get more, it get more better, and they do better numbers in the like in that winter. But they got to compete with football. I don't. To
Yeah,
me, it don't make no sense.
and it's Rona, so this is a terrible year to just take the numbers and extrapolate. Like you can't use this as a baseline to judge. Because I watch almost no basketball all year long. Like a lot of people who watch sports weren't really into sports this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed, dog. But we got it back, young fantasy. What you gonna do? How much money you gonna make this year?
In football,
You know they be cheating in that joke too.
40K.
What? 40K.
40K.
Yo.
And we gonna be transparent. We gonna have all the documentation.
We gonna have all the
We gonna show you everything, the wins and the losses.
Bama's only want to show the wins, dog. Bama's only want to show you the wins.
And if you subscribe to the YouTube, we'll send you the picks before
Dog,
kickoff.
go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I should have told y'all that 40 minutes ago. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Every subscribe. Listen, we about to start giving out cash, prizes. I mean, we got PlayStation 5. Is it 5, young, or 6? How many
5.
PlayStations we got out? We about to give PlayStation 5s out. Go subscribe to the channel. Of course, hit the like button, all that good stuff, dog. We need support. We right on the cusp of taking over the city. It's right there. It's about to happen. This year, it's gonna happen. With the Washington football team, us covering that, all the football junk. I mean, this is our bread and butter right here. You definitely gonna want to tune in as we give you the picks. Not this week, maybe not next week or the week after that. But before week 1, you're going to want to be tuned in because we're going to have the answers, dog. I'm telling you. Bab's going to be like, yeah, who going to win? I know y'all.
Every week before kickoff, we're going to release a video, quick 5-minute video, and you're going to want to pay attention. If you want to make some of this bread. But it's up to y'all. Some of y'all act like y'all got too much money already. Y'all don't need none of that. Y'all don't need no advice.
The Bama's gonna think, the Bama's might come to our house, dog, and lock us up, dog, because they're gonna be trying to figure out how we know the game script, dog, how we know all the keys to the code. Yeah, we just
Stern's orders.
Stern's orders, dog. And that's the thing, what they don't tell you, like, it's a whole bunch of funny business being played on the back end, dog. Ain't no industry in America that makes a lot of money not controlled in some way. You just got to know what's going on, dog. Who pulling the strings and who want what. That's it. Yeah. Plus last year, like with the whole Corona situation, them Bama's was catching L's. They caught big L's last year, Aaron.
Facts.
They caught big L's last year because Bama's was just last minute scratches on the game plan, and they had the number at 6, and it's like, oh no. So this year they trying to make their money back. So it's gonna be a lot of hooks this year, dog. Trust and believe they gonna be like, Bama's gonna, you know how Bama's go fishing and just had a joke, and then the bait look good, and then it's hooking them off. Dog, it's gonna be a lot of them this year, dog. Trust me. Bama's everybody gonna be thinking, oh young, they gonna smack their head, young, ain't no way. Vegas getting all their bread back, dog. Trust and believe.
2,500 week 1.
2,500 week 1? What you doing? 3 team or 4 or 5?
5 team.
5?
Not parlay though. We doing 5 team. Well, it is gonna be a parlay teaser. We hit $5,000 the first week last year.
Yeah, we did, dog.
One play, $5,000.
Yeah. Bama came up, dog. I had a lovely year last year, dog. Lovely year.
But they'd rather argue on IG than make some of this money.
You already know, dog. You already know. They think I'm biased, dog. I'm not biased.
They just don't like it coming from you. They want to hear the white man say it first. They don't like we be 3 years ahead of the curve. They hate it.
Oh, dog. Yeah, dog. We know how to play the song, dog. We know when that song, we know all the signs, all the strings. They be trying, we know it all. So definitely gonna be want to be tuned in. Of course, we're gonna do the picks and stuff like that. You know, we ain't gonna have nobody mad about the payouts this year, dog. So it's just us. You know what I'm saying? It's just us.
We're gonna write the rules down
Dog, we ain't
and
even
have a
gotta do that.
glossary, though.
Dog, we know, dog. Bama's lose, you just lose. We know the rules, dog. Pick the right jokes and you good. That's it.
Good to go.
That's all you gotta do. I came out the gate smoking last year, and then what I'm saying, gave all my wins back. So yeah,
We
now
need to
I'm
go.
trying to hold.
We might go ahead and have the some followers go ahead and join the picker. Do like a public one and a on the air joint.
Okay.
Bama's put in $20.
So this is the key. If you want to be involved in the OSS Pick'em League, you have to do two things, right? We're gonna do, and we'll keep it chill because I'm not trying to pay out 100 grand to somebody because they want to jump. It's $5 entry fee, right? You have to share the broadcast on share. You can share the YouTube channel, and you have to have proof of the sharing it, and or you can share it on IG, one or the other, or TikTok or Twitter, whatever. You have to share. Have to share the show. $5 entry fee. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up. If you want to be a part of it, then we can make it happen, dog. We can make it happen. Yeah, that'll be cool. Cool. Or we could do it and just make it free. And then, but whoever wins the jump can get something. Do it like that too.
How confident are you? If anybody could beat the winner of the show,
Yeah,
500.
if you could beat 500. Oh
500.
yeah. But they still gotta share the show though. You
Yeah.
cannot escape that. You
You got to
gotta share
subscribe and you
like
got
you
to
gotta
share.
subscribe and you gotta share it. And then you can have the opportunity to be entered into the ballot for $500 cash prize though, or equivalent. So that sounds like a easy deal to me. Where do I sign up, dog? What I gotta share? Okay, boom shakalaka, done. So go ahead and share the show. Uh, Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports on IG. I'm on TikTok now, so you can go on the Other Side of Sports on TikTok. We there. Uh, and shout out to Where's Buffy podcast. Shout out to Kicking It with G Man. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Shout out to Ben and Knows Best. Shout out to uh, my man Van. All the people who support us, Christian, all of our supporters. And we out.